Today's episode is brought to you by La Bandera BTX, birria de res estilo Tijuana in Brownsville, Texas. Bring your favorite adult beverages to add to their delicious agua frescas, michelada mix, and other mocktails while enjoying the best quesabirria dishes in the Rio Grande Valley. Restaurant located on South Padre Island Highway and a food truck on West Elizabeth Street. Follow their social media at La Bandera BTX.
Welcome back to Paranormal 956. My name is David. As always, I am here with Bianca.
Hi, guys.
What are we talking about today, Bianca?
We have a year together in this project. So, I don't know, guys.
It's our anniversary.
So
I think Bianca's button wasn't working.
No, I think it kind of I think it's a Four Loko. Anyways, it's been a year of us recording. It's been a crazy year recording.
It has been way more
than what we expected.
Than I ever thought it would be.
I mean, we've done the show for the fans. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
We've given content. We
show up.
Our tears, sweat, and everything.
And my brain cells.
Right.
So with this episode, we're going to look back. We're going to... Our origin story.
Yeah. How it all started. How we became what we are now.
Yeah.
And what we're about to become.
Yes.
So, let's go.
Congratulations, Bianca.
Congratulations, David.
You lasted a year with me.
I don't think I was going to make it. I didn't think you were going to make it.
Yeah, I almost didn't
you almost
make it.
didn't make it.
Yeah, so what a year this has been. So, my idea for this episode was to kind of look back, kind of give our origin story, because I do think we're a strange couple to a lot of people, or
of course.
Partnership.
Yeah.
And even though we are very much alike, we're both Aries, we're very, very different as well.
Right.
So our origin story.
We're going back to 2018, 2019 more so.
So math isn't our strong point.
Right.
But
we don't keep track.
We don't keep track
of that.
We don't keep track of our anniversary.
Right.
But the show's anniversary.
True. We only know because it was like October 13th, I think, when we started. Or October 31st.
Yes. It was
Either
the 13th.
My dyslexia is kind of hitting. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We wanted to start our show on October 13th.
Yeah, spooky
because
day.
It was Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And that might have been a mistake because this is...
It's been a spooky year.
This year has been some shit. So,
damn. Okay.
Bianca and I met at Texas Southmost College.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. We both were automotive repair students.
Automotive technology. Yeah.
And so I started school a year before Bianca.
Okay.
And I finished
after.
A year after Bianca. Yeah. So.
And this was before the brain injury. Right.
Yes, I was slow.
Just so you guys know, it's been like that.
Yeah.
It's no surprise.
Yeah.
So, let's just say I'm an overachiever.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
So Bianca and I met. She was in a different cohort than I am.
Right.
Or was. And I also am older than my teacher at the time.
Right.
And so one day in the shop, Bianca and her classmates all approached me like at the same time with questions. What are you doing here? Are you a teacher? Et cetera, right?
Yeah.
And so, I don't have anything to hide, so I'm answering your questions. Right?
Yeah. As an Aries, you don't give a fuck.
I don't care. I mean, I know that I look old And y'all were all like 18 or 19 at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I'm like old enough to be all of your parents. And I think we were
just questioning your authority around the shop, basically.
Right. I think it was hard for you all to get your head around the fact that somebody,
were just a simple student.
Right. That somebody my age would just be a student.
Right.
Which I was.
We thought you were a mole.
Right. Which I kind of was.
Oh, that's true.
I kind of was.
Okay.
Because my wife works for the school.
Yeah.
And so,
now she's using me.
Right.
Anyways,
yes,
that's another
common scenario.
That's a story for the future, guys.
So
further episodes down.
In the questions, you asked me if I had kids, and I say no, and my
dumbass
freaked everybody out.
Yeah,
like, why don't you have kids?
My dumbass asked why. It was me, guys. It was me.
And I say,
my nosy chismosa ass asked why.
And I say, because you already had a kid by that time.
Oh, yeah.
So you're like ahead of me in this race. And so it probably was confusing to you.
Like I said, I'm an overachiever.
Yeah. Yeah, you're lapping me now.
Yeah.
Right. And so I say that my wife and I can't have kids the way we do it. And
so
Bianca,
that was it.
She had a spasm attack with the answer to that question.
So I was like, fuck.
So that was how we met.
Yeah. So that was the measuring of confidence and comedy wise.
Yeah.
I just gotta ask why,
Yeah.
So people are comfortable enough to tell me why, or they don't. I'll just be okay, I gotta back off, or I'll keep the jokes going and stuff like that, So I guess that's how I measure. Shit.
Right. And so at that point, I mean, I knew who you were, right? I think everybody knew who everybody was, but you weren't really on my radar as
friendship wise.
This girl's going to be in my life for the long haul. I wasn't thinking that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
However,
very
shortly after that, again in the shop.
Right.
And there is a new cohort. So I'm in a cohort and Bianca comes right behind me.
Keep in mind, I'm not the only girl. Because I know
she's not the only girl.
I know the story.
And
this is the favorite memory of me in David's head.
Yes, this is true. This is true. This is where I knew I need this girl in my life. Right?
Okay.
But I will say this. You were not the only girl.
Mm-hmm.
You were not the only cute girl either.
No, I mean, we're all pretty, to be honest.
So it was if guys...
Tabitha had her thing. Kim had her thing.
Yeah.
I was just funny, bro.
Right. You were definitely funny. And so the thing that people that don't know Bianca may not realize is that she's a bit of a stand-up comedian.
But without pay. I've said this before. Without pay.
So in our shop, whenever we would have downtime,
breaks or lunch, because sometimes we would have class up to 4 hours and stuff like that. So,
she would start telling stories and would just attract a crowd. Now, keep in mind, her stories are in Spanish, so I wasn't really in that crowd, right?
Right. There was no point of you being in that crowd if you didn't understand. Yeah.
But the crowd is rolling on the ground laughing, right? Everybody's laughing. And so one of these days, I'm nearby. It's not a big shop. I'm nearby.
It's a hallway of what do you want to call? It's just a hallway. It's not that hard to miss someone across walking.
Right. We have 8 stalls, I think, in total. Is it 8?
Something like that. So let's just say 8 cars parked next to each other in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Just that's
how big it is.
Much you gotta walk in a distance.
Right.
So you don't miss
So you
anything.
could hear Bianca on the opposite side of
I'm loud, guys. I'm loud.
True. And it's also loud in there.
Yeah. So you hear the echo, me screaming, laughing, and the guys laughing. So it's a whole show.
Right.
Yeah.
Not all the teachers were a huge fan of that, by the way. But
man, Oresti loved me. Let's be honest.
It's true. It's true. So on this one particular day that's very memorable to me, You're there with your friends. And I, for some reason, am very close. I don't remember why. But this kid comes up. And he's, I think, in the cohort behind you. And he starts, I guess, playing his game.
Okay.
And even though we weren't close friends,
right,
we worked together in the shop enough, and I saw you enough that I saw your body language, that you weren't having this from go. So Bianca does this thing when she's trying to figure somebody out where she kind of stands in a way that it looks like she's squaring you up to fight, right? And this kid is the same height as her. So they're both short, at least compared to me.
Okay, so keep in mind, I don't give a fuck about height. I don't give a fuck about age. I don't give a fuck about nothing. If it's going to go down, it's going to go down.
Yeah. And so this kid comes up and he's like, hey, you should give me your number and we should go out sometime and all this stuff. And I'm kind of watching
from a distance,
because I've seen Bianca go off already. It didn't take long. Like week one, she goes off. Yeah, it
doesn't take too much to make me
She's
mad.
a firecracker with a very short fuse.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm here to watch, right? So I look over and she says, don't be I'm just one of the guys. That was one of the funniest things I had ever heard in my life. And so that was the moment I was like, I need this lady in my life from here on out. Right. So fast forward like another year, maybe a year and a half even.
I don't know.
But we have to do a senior project.
Oh, yeah. The project was probably, like a year later.
Another year goes by and we're still not close.
No. It was
in fact, I was closer with Tabitha and Kimberly than I was with you.
Yeah.
And even at that, I wasn't super close with them either. But anyway, we do our senior project where we have to build like a whole shop.
Okay, so keep in mind, David is like mostly English.
Yes.
And my main one was Spanish.
Also true.
So I think that was kind of like
that's
like, we're not going to communicate. Because Kim was pretty good in English all the time. Yes. Tabitha as well.
Yes.
Their Spanish wasn't like all there.
And so we went.
I mean, they know Spanish, but it wasn't like their first language.
Right.
Let's just put it like that.
And so we went to school with several guys that were from Mexico that would walk across every day. And so Spanish was most of their dominant language because that was the one that everybody had in common.
Yeah.
Except me.
Right.
And so I was like the odd one out.
Yeah.
In a lot of these scenarios. But you were like in the center of all of it.
Yeah.
Right. So then our senior project comes up. We have to do like a presentation for like a real shop that we're going to build.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And like the whole thing, the floor plans.
So everything. It was basically the land. What does the city ask for? Like safety wise and all that. How much it would cost to build it. The tools, how much it would cost. How would you pay your employees? It was like a bunch of like a legit. What
our services we were going to do.
What a legit business was. Like if we had any deals during the week, like how are we going to get business in?
Yeah.
The area and all that extra stuff. So it was like a legit, like hard on project. Like
it took us a long time to do that.
Yeah. Udesti knew, he was like, nah, like I'm going to hit him hard,
Yeah. And so the way that they decided to grade this was to make team captains and we were going to pick a team to do the best project. I was one of the captains. Our dear friend Edgar was another captain.
Yeah.
Which was a bad choice, I think, as far as captain. I love Edgar.
Edgar is like...
He's one of the sweetest people you will ever meet.
Yes. He's like super chill. He's funny when you have to be funny. Like he'll take a joke or two, and like he goes along with anyone, easygoing, just chill as fuck. But as a leader, I don't think so.
No, not as a team leader.
I don't know.
So his strategy for building his team was to get all the quote unquote cool people. I think, and his friends, the funny ones,
the chill ones, like the cool ones, the laid back ones,
My strategy was I want an A in this.
Right.
Right?
We just want to get the project over with and done deal. Yeah.
I want people that are going to work. I want people that are smart.
Wait, we got Jonathan right.
So I didn't. He was the leftover.
I think he was the last
He was the
pick.
last pick. Yeah, he was the last pick. So my first pick was you, though,
Right.
and because I had been the class president, you were involved in my administration.
Mm-hmm.
You got shit done.
So that's the thing. I never ran for president as the class goes, for the fact that, not that I was a girl, it's just the fact that people already saw me as some type of leadership where like I would help everyone out and stuff like that. Like I didn't want to be put in that spot to like a higher.
So I was the
pedestal.
second class president. You helped us both do everything we did.
Mm-hmm.
I already saw that. So Daniel was our first class president, and everything he did, I think it was you doing it, right?
In a way, yeah.
And I love Daniel too, right? But
yeah, he got good ideas and stuff, yeah.
But you're the one that got stuff done, and then in my
but I guess in my part also, running as secretary, it was more like, this is gonna happen. I just need your approval.
yeah.
I think this is where my thing comes in.
Right.
Like,
so
me
when
getting shit done, I just need your approval, and this is gonna happen. You let it run.
right.
You know.
So when I became president, I had already seen you working with Daniel, and I wanted you to work with me because of that reason. So then when we got our senior project, you were my first pick because I was like, she's going to get stuff done. Like you got legs where you're running, right? Like you get stuff done. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to pick her. And then I had a few other ideas. Some panned out, some didn't.
Okay, so as an Aries, whatever the fuck I don't know, I'm going to find out.
Yeah.
So
during our project, right? I don't remember that it was required, but because of me being able to do certain things, we made a commercial.
Yeah, it was just like a random idea, I think, that you brought it up. Like, or did I bring it up?
Because I was already in marketing already.
Yeah, you were in marketing.
And so I was like, I can make a commercial. Yeah. And this won't be hard. And we shot it in a day.
Yeah, the same day. Not even an hour, I think.
Not even an hour.
We just like went over a little script and I added a little joke or two and that's it. Yeah,
so we made the commercial. And
it's on YouTube, guys. It's on YouTube.
And we made a blooper.
We'll share it on our Facebook page. Yeah. It's funny.
So when that happened, that's where our friendship really started to grow. Because we spent a lot of time on that project. We talked a lot more. I think your true colors.
My English got better.
Your true colors started coming out, right? Like, and so I
think you understood my jokes more now that I speak more English with you.
Probably.
Right. Yeah, that's what happened.
And so
it was a language barrier.
And so when we did the video, you were thinking like, oh, like you wanted to get into YouTube and do all this stuff at the time. And
because
so
it was funny. Generally, it was funny.
We did a very good job and very quickly. Yeah. And so we started talking.
For Smiley to do it,
also
very impressive. We did the job.
We made him look like a star.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he looked good in the video.
Why the fuck did you pick him though?
Because that was all he did.
So Smiley, let's just put it at.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say
just
nothing.
Smiley. Just Smiley.
Yeah,
he was Smiley.
He's a great.
He's great at
nice
smiling.
Guy.
He's great at smiling.
He's good at smiling.
Whatever he does, he's just gonna smile.
Real quick. I'm gonna tell a Smiley story right now.
Yes.
So after we got our certificates, right?
Which ones?
Our certificate, our
the first year completed. Yeah, okay.
First year completed. So now we're all going for our associate's degree.
Yeah.
And one of the classes that's supposed to be a super easy A is basically a quick review of our first year.
Right.
We have that as one class. And so we went through electronics and we went through engines and we went through all this brakes and all this stuff. And so this class is just a real quick survey of everything.
I remember now.
And so we're in class and I always sit in the front row because I have zero attention span. And Bianca sat right behind me.
And I have ADHD and I still managed to pass this.
So Smiley and Bianca are sitting right behind me. You were sitting
next to me.
You were sitting right behind me. And so our teachers, I'm not even really taking notes. I'm probably playing Pokemon on my game because it was such an easy class for me. Right? Because it's everything
we have the notes anyways.
Yeah,
it's like
super easy class. Easy. And so we're talking about electrical because we really did like one whole class in a week. Yeah. Like super fast. And so the teacher says
that hard.
The teacher's going over how to jump a car, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like bored out of my mind. And Smiley raises his hand and he goes, wait a minute. And we've already been in school a year and we all have our certificates, right? And he says, you're telling me that if my battery's dead and your battery works, that you can get my car running with your battery?
Bro,
and
we all lost it.
I was this cannot be real right now. I didn't know very much about cars when we started school, but I knew that.
Yes. Right? So the thing is that I think that was around the second semester we had Smiley in. Well, I had Smiley in the class, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember clearly, but it was around that time. And I was like, what the fuck did he just say? So I was like, hey, wait. I was like, ask it again.
So the teacher says, Ms. Judasi says, Smiley, I'll talk to you after class.
Yeah, later.
And Bianca says, no.
I was like, no.
Say that again because I want the whole class to know how stupid you are. And I'm like, holy shit.
Because what the fuck?
Yeah. So our little project was another year later.
That's true.
And Smiley was in charge of the acting that we did in an hour.
That's all we could trust him in.
Yeah. And so you and I, on that project, man, I spent a long time. And I know you did too, because you're the one who did the property and all of that.
So I was looking through the property prices, the prices of tools, the prices like on several things. Fernando, I think he did the whole PowerPoint thing.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't remember exactly.
I remember Abraham getting a lot of prices for stuff.
Yeah, he did the city, what the city needed.
Yeah, our licenses and stuff. And so.
And then Jonathan. What the fuck did Jonathan do?
I don't remember what Jonathan did.
Who else was in the group?
I think that was it. Anyway.
Damn.
So, because our commercial
It's been a long, what? It's been like what?
It's been a while.
4 or 5, like 5 years ago? Shit. But anyways, it was around.
Wait a minute. Man, that's crazy because we've almost, how long have we been friends?
2018? Around that time? 2019, the latest, for sure.
So we've been, I feel like it's longer than that. Anyway, so long story short, we made a good commercial.
Yeah.
And so we started talking about, it'd make a good YouTube channel.
Oh, that's true.
Is if we did the paranormal stuff.
Right.
Because we go to a haunted school and we talk about ghosts a lot.
Oh, because we started talking about ghosts because sometimes in the shop, like, there's some type of noise on the roof. And we would think that it was the air. And they were like, no, like, it happens, like, even when it's not blowing air, like, stuff like that. Or they would tell us, it was like, allegedly, someone got killed around here or something like that. And we started talking about ghosts and stuff like that. And that was about the broom challenge. It was around that time.
Oh, okay.
The broom challenge that you just leave it like standing.
Yeah. So there was,
and this motherfucker pranked me, bro. I was like, who the fuck did this shit? Because I'm very fucking like, I believe in all this fucking scary shit, right? Yeah. And this fucking skeptical ass fucking decides to do this prank on me. I was like, nah, fuck no.
So to explain what she's talking about. At the time, there was kind of a YouTube trend or a Facebook where you would get a broom and you would stand it up.
By then? No,
not yet.
So, no.
And so you would stand the broom on its end and it would just stand there.
Yeah.
And what you would do is you would do that kind of behind somebody where they didn't see it and they would turn around and there's just a broom standing there.
It was creepy.
And so that's what I did. And so we were talking about ghosts and it always seems to be around Halloween with us. Mm-hmm. And so we talked about starting a YouTube channel and like going to places and doing road trips,
reviews,
and,
like cemeteries and stuff. Like
Right.
if it's a good place to get like buried and stuff.
yeah, yeah. So at one
But
point,
David didn't want to die.
yeah, try not to die. And so for some reason, I don't remember why we went to Main Event on the other side of the valley, but I remember
Brooklyn's graduation, I think.
maybe
She graduated.
it was
yeah.
because of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And so that trip, because you're not a traveler.
I'm not a traveler, guys. I'm such a homebody. I love the 956, but I'm not gonna travel outside Brownsville, to be honest. Well, I'll go for an hour trip.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go over 2-3 hours, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go over there.
So because of that, I kind of knew like our road trip thing's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
Right? Like this isn't gonna work. Like you didn't like it. You liked the Main Event, but the driving part was like agony for you.
Yeah.
And I could tell.
The thing I think is like the ADHD.
Yeah.
And then you're just driving on the highway and you don't have anything to like pay attention to. It's like kills me.
Yeah. So I knew right then.
But now we have TikTok, so I'm pretty sure I can handle it.
So at the time, I knew that wasn't going to work, right? But you got real into TikTok at that point. And you were like, you know what? You need to get on this. It's like such a addiction.
That's true. I told you to download TikTok. That's true. It's true.
And so funny story is you saw this food reviewer and she had like 26,000 views. And she went to this, I think she went to the New York Deli or Main Street Deli in Brownsville.
Main Street.
And you were like, how the fuck did she have this? You know, all this stuff.
Yeah.
You went, you should totally do this because I go to restaurants all over.
So David does the barbecue thing. He does like this whole food review thing, but he only does it for Facebook, for like his family and friends.
Right.
And he has it public. But the thing is that he never went on TikTok. So I was like, bro, just go on TikTok and do it.
Yeah. So at the same time.
So thanks to me.
Yes.
You
And
guys
so also COVID happens around here too.
Oh, that's true.
And so now you and I are really like, we can't do this paranormal shit because it's like COVID's going on and we know that the traveling's not going to work, all this stuff. So I go off and I start my career in social media and
do your own thing by yourself on the COVID era. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so with
restaurants that were open.
Right.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
And so ironically, the girl's video that you showed me is now a friend of mine.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And so that's kind of a funny story.
Yeah.
And so
you're welcome.
And so while I'm doing this, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
time after COVID is like, okay,
everything's opening up.
Cool. Everyone's vaccinated.
You graduate.
Yeah.
I graduate. We still hang out. We still hang out.
Yeah. We talk once in a while. We keep updates and stuff like that.
And then we're like, hey, what about?
Remember?
Yeah.
That time we were talking about doing this and this and that. Like,
what if
we actually move towards the plan?
Right. And instead of doing all this fancy YouTube stuff,
we just straight record.
And we do podcasts.
Yeah.
And so that's how we started. And I didn't expect so many places to pick us up so quickly. We applied for 9 or 10 places to take us, and we're on like 25.
Yeah.
And we have been listened to on every continent.
It's crazy though.
We have views from all over the world.
Yeah.
And it is,
even if it's just one, we just take it.
Right.
We just take it.
It's very humbling. It's been a wonderful ride.
Yeah.
Not
the one where we got in a car wreck, but besides,
need a little bit of an omission of the one day, but you truly have become one of my best friends.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. If,
almost losing our lives. Yeah. You can say that.
Yeah. And so we've really been through it. What would you say on your side, like, is your proudest moment of our episode so far, like of our journey so far?
Of our journey?
Yeah, on our podcast journey, like
that we survived, I guess.
the accident. Yeah.
No, I'm truly grateful that we actually survived and we're like, okay as of right now.
Yeah.
Even if we have further things to work on because it's still an ongoing case and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we still have another few months into.
So I guess we could give an update, right?
Yeah, we can do that. To finish it off.
So Bianca and I recently went and had to meet at the police station.
Yeah.
To sign some papers. They are going to try to prosecute the person who hit us. Mm-hmm. They said that if he pleads guilty after 2 months, this is going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, then we're going to have to testify, and it's going to be a long, drawn-out process.
We're hoping to get the tapes, the body cams. We're hoping.
So I think Bianca's hoping more than me. Because I have heard, I don't remember any of it.
Me neither. That's what I'm saying.
But I have heard that I was very violent.
Oh, shit.
And that I was actually tackled because I was walking around.
Well, also that. But I want to see myself knocked out. I haven't seen someone knock me out.
Yeah. So Bianca was knocked out. I am still dealing with health issues at this point.
Yeah.
I have an MRI. I may need surgery on my skull. We're hoping not, but to rule it out, I have an MRI coming
just in
up.
case we stop recording again.
Right.
It might be because of that.
We're going to keep taking these breaks.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're out of the woods. Man, life has hit us so hard.
It's been a heck of a year, to be honest. It's been crazy. But like, we're crazy enough by ourselves.
Yes.
But together, it's chaos.
That's the thing. I love that our relationship is the way we talk, where we message each other every single day.
Right.
And
even if it's like memes or
Yeah.
posts or like updates
dumb
videos or anything like that.
We message each other so much that I often send Bianca stuff and she responds, I just saw that. We're
literally on the same route.
Yeah, our algorithm
TikTok.
is the same.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, the things that we've been through, I mean, you've had another kid.
Yeah.
We've had the accident. We've lost people this year. And it's still happening.
It's still going on. Yeah.
My wife is at my brother-in-law's funeral right now in California.
You're taking some part of it. Yeah. It's been busy.
Yeah, it's like real life.
We're still trying to push the podcast, guys, and like we hope you guys understand. Like, I tried posting on the website whenever on the Facebook page whenever David was like in recovery and stuff, but he wasn't even awake.
Yeah.
You know, so David is awake now, but the thing is that we're still going through a lot.
Yeah.
We're still hoping to get more episodes in. We don't plan on giving just up because of whatever outside reason besides our personal life.
Right.
We do appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Through all this process, the listening. We hope you guys laugh with us because we take everything as a joke, honestly. Even though it was near.
Yeah. That is the best part of our relationship. Yeah. And my wife is super confused a lot of times. She's like, her jokes are so rough and you don't do anything about it. And I'm like, because it's Bianca.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. And it's like, you're the only person that roasts me to the level that you roast me. And I am.
What was the last roast?
I don't even know where it's.
Oh, I think it was the lesson was like, oh, thank God it was Bianca. Thank God it was Bianca in the car crash and not the dogs. Because you're like, I'll be dead if it was Lego and Sandy. I was like, oh yeah, thank God it was Bianca. But yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it's jokes, guys. Like I take everything as a joke. Like it's cool. And David knows this, so I don't. Yeah. He doesn't take it to heart. I don't take it to heart. I hope you guys don't take it to heart like that.
Yeah.
It's just my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Either you laugh it up, or you cry it out. And I prefer to laugh it up.
I 100% think that's what it is.
It's pretty amazing. What can I say?
It's been an amazing year, Bianca.
Yeah.
Thank you for being my partner in this journey because it has been crazy. A year I will never forget. And I am excited to see what this next year is going to be like.
Oh, shit. Yep. We'll keep you guys posted. We'll see how it goes.
We really do appreciate you all that are listening. We hope you stay safe. Mm-hmm. We're going to try
Don't get in car accidents, guys.
We're going to try our best to stay safe.
Wear your seatbelts. Don't drunk drive.
And because we like trying new things, we're going to be doing more alcohol reviews. So keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah. But we don't drive.
No. No.
We really don't.
We get in enough accidents sober. We don't need any more
accidents.
However, I haven't told you this.
Why?
So I was recently in Fredericksburg. My friends all enjoy drinking wine.
Okay.
I don't drink wine.
I don't do wine.
We don't do wine.
We don't do wine.
I don't really drink.
Angie does wine.
Angie does wine, and her friends do wine. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Fredericksburg with my wife and our friends to go to all these wineries, et cetera, right? And they're all getting blazed.
Oh,
right?
where you got up?
Yes. Did I tell you already?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all.
But you didn't tell it on the podcast.
Okay. So I pull over. Look, I'm the designated driver because I don't drink. Mm-hmm. And so I'm driving.
You hardly drink.
I hardly drink. I taste.
You taste.
I taste.
That's 100% true, but you don't even get a buzz. It's just like a little shot.
I do just sips.
Yeah.
And I switch to something else. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving my friends home who are all drunk, like super drunk. And right now in Fredericksburg, they're doing construction on all of their streets at once for some reason. Mm-hmm. And so I stop at a red light and don't think much of it. Turn right when it turns green and look up, and there's a cop pulling me over. And I pull over.
Right.
What's going on?
Because you're not drunk.
I'm not drunk, right? So
you're not going to run and do a high-speed chase.
Wasn't speeding. I stopped at the light. I waited till it was green because I'm not in a rush, right? Blah, blah, blah. The cop comes over and he says that I stopped in a crosswalk when there's no paint on the ground. So I don't know how he knew that. But that he needs to check if I don't have warrants and all this stuff, right?
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And then he says, I noticed that you're slurring your speech. Have you been drinking? And I say, actually, I have a traumatic brain injury.
Right.
And everybody in the car gasps. Like, oh, no, don't tell him that, right? Because I'm driving.
Right.
With brain damage.
It's not damaged like that.
And I tell the guy, I go, don't worry. It just affects my vision and my reflexes. And everybody's like,
just don't make me walk in the straight line.
right. Because I probably couldn't do it. But anyway, my life is weird.
It's been weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to work 2 days after. No, I got 1 day off, and then the next day I went to work, and they were like, what happened? I was like, I was in a car accident. Like, oh, that's why you can't walk. I was like, yeah, I kind of swore.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? And then weeks later, I got the pictures, and I was like, this is what happened. They're like, what?
Yeah, so this story that Bianca's telling, I wasn't even awake yet.
No, yeah, he wasn't.
I was like, so the first week after the accident, I don't remember anything. So I'm going to say people did things to me.
They put you to sleep without consent.
Yeah, because it's
did you go to a P. Diddy party?
I probably did during that time. Allegedly. Yeah, but I did when I got into my therapy.
When you were all oiled up?
Right. Why do I keep sliding out of the bed?
We're going to get so fucked. Oh, man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, maybe we should drink less when we record.
Yeah.
That's it for tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. We will see you all next week.
Keep you posted whatever happens next. Yep. Bye.